Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekend update. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody, or whenever you're watching it. But today we're all full of green. We got the green decorations, the green outfits, the green Lucky Charms this morning for breakfast. Lots of fun stuff. Had to make sure all the girls got out of the house with all their green on, and you know, my 9-year-old Molly, she's fiery. She goes, "I dare him to pinch me." So I think she's probably handling herself okay today. But excited to talk about all the fantastic things going on here at Samson this week and next. Thanks for pumping up the airways with all the great views of Sarah and her weekend update last week without me. I'll try not to go 22 minutes and 30 seconds like Miss Mormon did last week, but I did have a great time in Mexico. I had a good time. We had a bunch of couples celebrating a birthday and had a couple days of relaxation, so that was fantastic. And you all were crushing it back here. 93 new listings we put on the market. This is the number I love here. The new listings is great, but 341 new contracts we put in place last week, and we had 187 closings last week. So, that contract number way up. We're seeing a big bump in contracts in our company, big bump in contracts at Cardinal the last week or two. So that spring market is hopefully coming. Last week, out of those closings, our top performers, our top individual performers in volume last week, Miss Lily Chang, Jihan Salame, Manuir Montawaki, and Jennifer Fang, Ebenezer Ekuban. So great job to you, top 5 in volume in our company last week. Our top 5 in transactions last week, Ebenezer Ekuban, Lynn McCabe and her husband Joe, Cecilia Bell, Elaine Molina, and Heather Heath. So great job to our top 5 individual performers. Some new names on that list, which was fun this week. Our top 5 teams in volume, Jason Shepherdek and Shepherd Homes Group took down One Street Company. More volume last week, so great job, Jason and team. The Casey Samson team still doing a fantastic job. Great job, Casey and team. And then The Easy Way and Agent for the People, Jennifer Dorn and her crew. So great job. You guys top 5 in volume. Top 5 in transactions last week as well. Shepherd Homes Group number 1. The One Street Company number 2. The Easy Way number 3. Agent for the People, and V-Star Real Estate with Victoria Bali and Tracy Romero out there in Stafford. So great job last week for all of you all. We see the One Street Company there. If you missed it, go to the Cardinal Nest right now. You can watch it. I had Sam Qureshi, the owner and founder of One Street, on with me yesterday. We did a great Q&A, probably hour and a half, and really went over a lot of his ideals about business and team running, and very interactive. I told you guys Sam was worth the price of admission. He's certainly a personality. He also set the curse word record for Samson Properties videos. But I told him that after. He goes, "Really? I did? I don't remember cussing." So I think he's just an interesting character. But he's got a lot of good tidbits in there, and not everybody's going to be necessarily the same mold as Sam. And people would get up there a lot. It's like, well, I'm not Casey, or I'm not Jason, or I'm not Sam, or like they've got very distinctive and different personalities. But you can learn a lot of good characteristics from all of those top producers that we could try to interview and get out there. So thanks to Sam, and get on the Cardinal Nest. You can watch that as well. Tuesday, we were at the Hartford County Association of Realtors Convention. You could see me talking there to Barbara Pritchard. It was a superhero dress up. So she was Annika Skywalker, and Mark Lubly, our director of recruiting there, and Shirley Camiello. And then you can see us in the Family Feud. Looks like I'm pleading for an answer, and it didn't go very well. Unfortunately, we lost. We can see our booth set up there as well. So we had a good time out there in Hartford County on Tuesday in Bel Air. Wednesday, we had our Stafford sales meeting. You can see Sarah and I there on the left, and then we had a great lunch and learn, good turnout there. Hopefully some new Samson family members were indoctrinated into the Samson way on Wednesday as well. So good week overall. And then obviously yesterday I talked about the good thing we have with Sammer. I posted on Instagram some of those pictures on Facebook as well. Some things coming up. So just a heads up, we don't have any sales meetings on the March 22nd or the 29th or April 3rd. So that's our spring break here in Loudoun County. Me and my family will be away for spring break for a few days, so we're excited about that. So we will not have another full-time sales meeting until April 12th at our, I'll go back to those in a second, April 12th at our DC office will be our next sales meeting. So that's going to be the DC office you guys haven't been to before. This is the old one, was One Street. We're converted over to ours, so totally different feel. Really cool, slick office there. So we're going to be there April 12th. So circle that on your calendars now. Try to make it out. We've got a lot of room to hang out and do a cool sales meeting, do a good setup there. So show you guys all the great new office here that we've inherited as part of our merger here with One Street. So a couple of lunch and learns. We've got March 29th, we're going to be at One Loudon. So Eddie Merlot's, one of my favorite restaurants, will be there in a couple weeks for a lunch and learn if you have anybody interested in Samson. PG Car, we're going to be at the PG Car Awards Gala. So organized with Carl if you're out there. He's got a good group together. Meredith and I are going to come out to the awards gala. Looking forward to a fun night there on March 30th. As a side note, if you're a Nova Real Producers or DC Metro Real Producers, there's some masquerade balls going on next Wednesday and Thursday. Meredith and I have a full dance card. We're planning to be at both masquerade balls next Wednesday and Thursday. So it's not really necessarily a group event that I put out here, but if you're going, come say hi to Meredith and I. We'd love to have some friends out there. So the Nova Real Producers events and DC Producer Real events, we're going out to those. The lunch and learn after that April 12th sales meeting will be at PJ Clark's in downtown DC, just a couple blocks over there on K Street. So excited about being at PJ Clark's on the 12th. And then our last sales meeting for April will be the 19th. We're going to be in Winchester. So going out to Winchester, we'll be at we'll do the sales meeting and the lunch and learn at the George Washington, which is a beautiful hotel about a block down from our office there. Really cool place, really nice room. So we're excited to do our sales meeting and lunch and learn there. So come out and see us on the 19th. Love to see some of our West Virginia friends from across the road there. Come on over to see us. But anybody in town there, Winchester, to close out the month of April as far as our sales meetings. So some other fun announcements. We talked about this in the sales meeting, but I've signed an agreement with RealScout, new product that I'm so fired up to give to you all, provide to all of our realtors. It's probably going to be first or second week of April. So we're talking about a 3 or 4 week orientation and onboarding process. We'll keep you posted on that, but I want to let you know it's coming. RealScout, go to the sales meeting, watch it, but it's a great way basically to, instead of setting up a bright MLS search for your buyers, which they think is terrible, it's ugly, it's clunky, it's not cool. They see the houses there, then they go to Zillow and Redfin and go look at better versions of the search, right? RealScout is super sexy, super slick. They can modify their searches. It's going to be a great way to connect with your buyers, keep them working with you, keep them engaged with you. If they like properties, they can rank them. They can rank different parts of the property. Super, using a lot of great AI to help serve your clients better, and a great connection point. You don't want them to see any other realtors. You don't want them sending you links of homes on Zillow because you want them looking in RealScout for all the great stuff. So it's going to be a great way to serve our buyers better. I've had a lot of positive feedback from people that have had RealScout before. So we are officially announcing that, and we're going to launch that to all of Samson Realtors. Probably look for more updates first, second week of April. Probably launching that probably by that April 12th DC sales meeting is probably our loose goal right now. We opened up a new agent accounting portal, on-demand access to your 1099s, your commission breakdowns, your credit card information, check your pay your agent invoices. All this stuff that we wish we had a couple years ago. We finally have launched it, so it's exciting. On the quick links on the Cardinal Nest, right on the top there, you can find that agent accounting portal. Bunch of different places on the Cardinal Nest. We're putting it all over so it's easy for you to find. But you can download all these things directly by logging into that agent accounting portal if you need that help. Just a reminder, these great graphics, they're on the top resources page. We shared them on social media. Look at that Northern Virginia real estate market share. So this is total sales in Northern Virginia real estate, all in Northern Virginia. You can see from 2015 to today how our market share has just taken off. So it's exciting stuff. This graph was all the Northern Virginia real estate sales in 2022. You can see we're number one by a good shot over Long & Foster, which was second, and then it went down the road from there. So we're excited about being able to share those with you. Look, if this were me, I'd have them in my listing presentations, in my buyer presentations, in my packets, because yes, they're hiring you, but they want to hire, it's just one more feather in the cap to say, look, I work for the company that sold the most homes in the whole area. It says we've got the best resources, the best things, and maybe they're more used to some traditional brands that they've been used to over time. But, they can look at this chart and realize that there's a new first place in town, which is us. So that's all your guys' hard work. So good job with all of that. Wanted to also remind you, we also have a similar PG County one that we just put up there as well, PG, Prince George's County. So we have a similar chart that shows that, which is also on the top resources page as well. So look for that. We sold the most homes, all of Prince George's County as well last year. Reminder, the awards, you can go to Gold, Platinum, and Dashboard, go to the top resources, click on the awards. You can download these graphics, put them in your email, put them in your social media feeds. I'd love to see a bunch of them on there. We've seen a bunch of you sharing our posts. We've been doing the 12 days of congratulating all the Samson agents. So we're going to continue to do that. But, as you see your name get posted and shared as a as an award winner. I encourage you to share that out there. It's tough to brag about yourself, but if a company's bragging about you, it's easier to share us bragging about you and what the great job you did. So good job to everybody on that. A couple announcements we made. Print Center, no more emailed orders. You have to use the Print Center stuff. To do that, you should already be doing that, but April 1st is kind of the official cutoff, but we're not going to be taking email orders after that. You got to go through the system for that. A reminder that we've got a fantastic Samson Properties agent group Facebook page. Love to have everybody in our agent group join there. We've about 2,000 agents, and then there's some other offices that have their own. So if you want to get into your local office Facebook group, there's a great way to get into that through those QR codes in there, or search for them, on Facebook. But I love our message boards and the interaction we have with each other, but those Facebook groups just help it get to a different level where we can all help each other. I talked about this last week as well, but we did update SkySlope, where now you can add your broker to it, add your broker as a signer, put your broker in there, put them as the second role, so that your client signed first, then your broker signs after your client, because the broker's going to want to see that your client signed the contract before they did. So just a reminder, that feature is finally in there. Some exciting classes we have coming up next week. So Lynn is excited to say that we're going to start Jumpstart with Lynn Hamilton again. In April, we're going to be out at Tyson's and in Bowie. So we're going to do that 4-class series. It's an in-person workshop, but you get the most out of being in person. Guys, Lynn's driving further than anybody, but great training. You can get there within 15, 30, 45 minutes to get where you're going. Get there. Yesterday, the thing with Sam where it came up, it was kind of like, well, what do you say to the new realtor that doesn't have a lot of money to spend, or things aren't getting going? You don't need to spend a ton of money, but what you need to do is you need to jump in. You need to jump in, you need to do all the things, you need to set up your database, you need to attack your database, you need to make the calls, make the emails, be out there, talk to people. Jumpstart will give you the path to do that. If you sit around and are not happy with where your business is, whether you're brand new or you've been doing it for a while and you hit a slowdown, go to Jumpstart. You cannot get to 4 classes in a row like that, soak in the materials, and not get motivated to do better. You only have yourself to blame if you're struggling in that sense. Now, if you go to all 4 classes or trying all the things and it's still not working, all right, well then we gotta pivot. But I don't think you're gonna be in that spot. So please get in there to those Jumpstart classes. Lynn's also been doing her homebuyer workshop, first-time homebuyer workshops. Over 65 of our agents are in there. We've got a bunch of all 65 new potential buyers already created out of that. We've also got some virtual training classes. A new one was set up. Started yesterday, but if you still want to get in, email Lynn, lhamilton@samsonproperties.net. She's going to do an 8-week virtual class on how to set up these home buyer workshops. Again, create business, create buzz, meet people. Meeting people, having real estate conversation leads to more real estate conversations. So get in there with that. Then another reminder, the DISC Series Part 2 class, March 28th, Tuesday afternoon there with Lynn. If you're in the area, Bethany's going to be out on Tuesday doing a training at the old 1 Street office in Bethesda, now Samson office, 11 a.m. agent services orientation, so just a special orientation. Maybe you've been meaning to do an orientation, you kind of want to see that office, get out to that Bethesda office, RSVP to Bethany so she knows you're coming. This is just a schedule of all the great orientations we have coming up. I mean, guys, there's so many that you can take a look at there. You got Arlington and Lake Ridge and Bowie and Alexandria and Gaithersburg. We've got 2 or 3 a week with our team. They're all over the place. These are great ways for you to sit down, get all the Samson stuff. You got excited about Samson, you went to a lunch and learn, you watched online, you heard from a friend, all these great things. But now you're here, you're settled, get some orientation, make sure you kind of know where to go and get to meet those agent service specialists that are going to be your go-to people going forward. Our resource refreshers are focused on KV Core and SkySlope and taking it to the next level on those classes. Meet Chantilly next week. DC and Arlington coming up, Columbia, Charlestown. You can see the schedule there, but we try to plan at least 2 of those a month, which are deep dives into KV Core and SkySlope. You can always reach out to our trainers or agent service staff for one-on-one training in between those resource refreshers. Our marketing team, they were at Lake Ridge yesterday. I heard great people, great turnout, lots of great training and great interaction went on at Lake Ridge. Waldorf in a couple weeks, then Tyson's and Bel Air in April. So circle those on your calendar. If you want to get out some marketing education days, we're also doing headshots as part of that. Now, we're going to have to, fortunately, we've had some cancellations and some not so good behavior from some of our agents. So we're going to start to institute a policy on these headshots, guys, that if you sign up and you don't cancel within 24 hours, if you don't give us enough notice, then we're going to have to start fining people $100, unfortunately, because we're having 4 and 5 people no show, and it's fine if you can't take the picture, but when you take up that spot and hold it, then all of a sudden there's 4 or 5 other people that could have got those pictures in that day. And it's not because I want your money. Trust me, I don't want your money. Okay, but what I want is we've got great, Justin and Zach are great. They're going to go out in the field. They're going to take your pictures and make you look great. But they got time for, let's say, 10 or 15 people, whatever the number is that day. Well, if 5 or 6 of you don't show up, then there's 5 or 6 other people that could have got those pictures taken care of and used our time, better that way. So we just need some respectable behavior from our agents if they're going to sign up for these places. So that's part of these marketing education days, and we're excited about all the great training we bring to everybody. Just want to make sure if we sign up, we show up, unfortunately, because people plan on it. Great list of classes we have coming up as well. Print, Thomas does his classes on 2 o'clock, his virtual classes. Arlington's got an orientation in the morning. Cardinal Table Luncheon in Alexandria. These are our luncheon legals where we bring a lawyer in, one of our great settlement agents, answer all your questions, have a great presentation, feed you some lunch. So we'll be in Alexandria on Tuesday for that. Sky Slope training, as always, on Tuesday, virtual with Miss Stephanie. Resource Refresher is here next Wednesday. That is the KV Core Sky Slope Deep Dive, 10 to 3 o'clock in our studio here. I don't think we're not live streaming it, but at least you can be here in the studio. Great atmosphere to learn and connect with our staff. Talking Social with Brittany, as always, Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Next Thursday's mastermind is the $0 to $2 million group. So this is those people that are trying to get their business going, learn from each other, figure out what's working, what's not working to get those first deals. This is another cool one. We talked about this a little bit at the sales meeting, but fraud in the real estate market with FBI agent Jorge Velez. Really cool and interesting. So this is in person on Thursday at noon here in Chantilly. There's a lot of fraud out there, guys, and the more we can learn, the more we can be prepared. You might say, oh, it's not going to happen to me. Well, it could, and what the last thing you want to do is have your client be the one that loses $10, $20, $30, $200,000 because they sent it to the wrong place, and maybe there's some things you could have prevented to help that, you could have done to help prevent that from happening. So great education piece. I would love for y'all to get in there, show out in here with a good group, because we love to. If you get special speakers up here, guys, fill that room as much as you can if you're in the area. It's nothing like being in person for a training, and there's nothing like being a presenter with a full room with good interaction and people that want to be there. So that's exciting stuff. Lynn always does her Q&As on Thursday. Have another agent orientation Thursday in our Lake Ridge office. Great way to connect with everybody there. Real Estate Investment Club. This is going to be virtual on Thursday from 11 to 12:30. Good group there. If you're into investing, want to learn about investing, those connection pieces, it's a great way to get connected there. Agent orientation in Bowie on Thursday as well in the afternoon. That one is with Miss Lisa. And then how to get and keep clients. Just great stuff. This is that pay it forward mentality of our agents. Patrick Sowers, just one of our fantastic agents, been with us for a while, and he wants to just teach that class, at night class. Everybody can get there if you need to. Thursday night, 6 to 7 p.m. Great interactive class with Pat, and I had great reviews from the first time we did it, so thank you, Pat. Contract addendum next Friday is for the MR, Maryland Association of Realtors classes with Miss Kara. Weekly mortgage, Miss Kara Williams, our great principal broker from Maryland. Weekly Friday financing with First Heritage, as always, at 10 o'clock on Friday. And then Sky Slope Q&A with Stephanie, as always, on Fridays. We've just got so much great training going on, guys, and new and varied things. And it's just, the more and more that I'm at these things and I have great conversations, whether it's sales meetings or Q&As or conventions, if you connect, if you dive in, you learn from each other, you're going to learn something. I learn something from every time we do a presentation. And I'm not out there selling every day, but you get ideas and you get energy from others. So connect, get in there to the classes. Now, if you're so busy 40 hours a week and 60 hours a week and you got all the clients running around, then you're doing fantastic. But if you sold one house last month and you have one client, great, that's fine. Get into the classes. You're going to get more clients. You're going to get more sales. So we are here to help you, grab your hand, help you through this whole process and get going. So I just want to thank you all for all your support. Continue to bring transactions to Cardinal Title Group. We're going to continue to take great care of you in this spring market. We're already starting to see an uptick, so I'm certainly very appreciative of that. Hopefully everybody has a good weekend and a good week next week. Won't see you in the sales meeting for a few weeks, but hopefully your brackets aren't busted too much. That Princeton pick was, not sure a lot of people had that. My freshman daughter Sophie did, so she's leading our little family pool right now, but she also has Fairleigh Dickinson going to the Final Four and Drake winning it all. So I feel fairly certain that Sophie will not be first place at the end, although for now she has bragging rights. But maybe you were on the other end of that UVA pick as well. Poor kid, fifth-year senior. He's done all these great things, and he's going to remember the rest of his life that crazy throw, which who knows why he did that. But excited about a full day of basketball this weekend and a great weekend of basketball, and hopefully you got some good activities going on with your family, or you're out there selling a bunch of homes. So thank you for all your hard work, and we will see you next week, somewhere around our footprint. Take care.